Alex Girl, and welcome back to another YouTube Tech Tuesday. And I don't know why I always end up looking so extra for these videos. Like, it's not intentional, it's just the way that I was feeling today. In today's video, I'm going to be covering how to get sponsored as a small creator, because I know that it can be hard to get the attention of companies, and it is pretty rare to have companies reach out to you if you are a smaller creator. And I'm going to be going over this video in two parts, and the first one is going to be pretty much how you can reach out to companies and how you can find companies to work with, and you could ask them if they would be interested in working with you. And the second part of this video is going to be how you can make your channel more attractive, how you can make your online presence more attractive to potential sponsors. But before I get into that, I would like to announce my winner for my Smile Brilliant Teeth Whitening giveaway. And I thought this was kind of like a perfect way to do this because that was my very first sponsored video. That was my very first time working with a company. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up there and down there. My giveaway is now closed, and the winner of this giveaway is at aka Sammy. Congratulations, girl, you have won the teeth whitening kit. It should be on its way to you, and you should get it very, very soon. Thank you so much to everyone who participated, and hopefully I can have more giveaways for you guys in the future. Okay, so one of the most straightforward ways that I've discovered that you can reach out to potential sponsors is through a website that I found called Repper.com. And this is not a sponsored video, this is something that I personally came across as I was doing research. Okay, so I'm just going to jump in and show you what the website looks like, all the different features that it has, and quickly kind of like go over it so you guys know exactly what it is. Okay, so once you get onto Repper, the first thing that you want to do is to set up your profile, and once you kind of log in and get all that created, you want to go to this profile tab and make sure that you have everything filled out. So the first thing here is your video, and mine is like super old and cringy. I don't want to talk about it, but these other tabs are personal information. I'm not going to click on that because I don't want to like show you guys too much. The tags up here are supposed to go with what your interests are and what types of companies you're interested in working with, and the questionnaire over here lets companies know a little bit more about you when you do apply to programs. And it is pretty important to give good like whole answers for these questions because you don't want to make it seem like you don't really care about this, and it is pretty nice because it is all in one place, so you just fill this out one time and then you can apply to all these different programs with this one profile that you made. So once your profile is actually complete, you can go on to the Apply to Programs page, and this is where you see all these different things. And this is where you can actually like go through and sort through all the companies and find exactly what you're looking for. So there are a couple of different options. There's apparel and body, sports and entertainment, food and beverages, nonprofit, and apps and services. So depending on what companies you're interested in working with and what you want to be doing, this is very helpful and very easy to kind of sort through and just pick out some companies you want to reach out to. And I actually have worked with a company from here called Boss Clothing. Okay, so I don't want to spend too much time going into it because you can check it out for yourself. I'm going to put the link down below in the description box, so if you're interested in doing that, go ahead and check that out. So in my last YouTube Tech Tuesday video, I did mention that it's very, very helpful to join Facebook groups in order to continue to grow on YouTube. And a lot of the time, these Facebook groups have amazing communities, and people will share their milestones, to share their accomplishments, and they'll usually announce when they get a sponsorship or like when a new company has reached out to them. And if those channels have similar content to you and have a similar amount of subscribers, then it's probably a good idea to reach out to that company if you're interested in working with them, because clearly they are interested in working with smaller creators like yourself. A lot of the time, these smaller companies are looking for smaller creators like us, but we just have no way of getting in contact with each other. So definitely pay attention to your Facebook group walls and participate in them and be active and supportive, because a lot of the time you can find some amazing people with some amazing stories, and you can actually ask in those Facebook groups if anyone's gotten sponsored or if anyone knows of companies that would be interested in working with smaller creators, because a lot of the groups are about helping each other, and that's what I'm here to do with you guys. So don't feel weird about reaching out to companies that people have worked with. Do not be afraid to reach out to these sponsors and to email them and to ask them if they want to work with you, because the worst that they can say is no. They would tell you that they're not looking for a new person to work with at that moment, and that's totally fine. There are other companies out there, and you should never feel like you can't go out there and try, because that's all we can do. I mean, we're all trying to make it and we're all trying to get bigger, and so if you never put yourself out there and give yourself that chance, it'll never happen. Again, I'm very sorry for my voice. Like, I feel like I sound so weird right now, and I'm having a very hard time like talking through this video, but I was like, I can't not post a YouTube Tech Tuesday because I was inconsistent about those earlier this month, and I love you guys and I know you guys like these videos, and so please do not roast my voice. Okay, and the last way that you can find potential sponsors to work with is through social media like Instagram and Twitter. And the best thing that I would recommend for this is looking through hashtags that are similar to what your content is and finding smaller companies that are using those hashtags, because a lot of the time, like I said, it is harder for us to find those small businesses, and this is why this is kind of like my last tip and kind of more of a last resort, or a hey, maybe if you see a company sometimes while you're just scrolling through social media, don't feel weird to reach out to them. Okay, so now that I've gone over ways that you can reach out to companies and find potential sponsors, I want to very quickly go over some tips on how you can have sponsors find you and how you can make your channel more attractive to sponsors. So I did talk about aesthetic in my last video, and that's kind of why I put this at the end, because I was like, I don't want to sound repetitive and I don't want my consistent viewers to be like, you already talked about this. But what I want to say for this one is fake it till you make it. Just because you're not a huge channel with 100,000 subscribers or 50,000 doesn't mean that your channel can't look and feel professional. Put in the same work that you see those bigger YouTubers putting in, because there's no reason not to. And I know that not all huge YouTubers put in the work, because once they get like very big they just stop caring. But the YouTubers who actually put like a lot of work into their thumbnails, into their channel, and into making sure that they have a very like professional feeling channel. I mean, it doesn't have to be like corporate and sterile. No, your channel should represent you, but it should look like you put an effort into it and that you care about what you're doing, and that it doesn't matter that you're a small creator, because you're treating it as if you're a huge creator and you're taking it seriously. And that'll make companies a lot more likely to reach out to you. Because my very first sponsor, Smile Brilliant, actually reached out to me when I only had 76 subscribers, and I legitimately thought it was a joke at first. Like, I thought someone was trying to prank me or scam me, because I was like, why would a company genuinely want to work with me? Like, that doesn't make any sense. But it was actually real, and I was honestly very impressed, and I was like, well, I guess it really does pay off to put in that little bit of extra work into your thumbnail and into making sure that everything just like looks good and professional. And the next thing that I want to mention is be aware of all your social media and be aware of yourself on social media, because even if you think that you're only active on YouTube and that companies aren't going to look at your Twitter or your Instagram, they probably are. And you should make sure that there's nothing on there that would make you brand unfriendly or will make companies not want to work with you. And I'm not saying like don't be yourself, but you probably shouldn't put things out there that you wouldn't want your employer to see, for example. So definitely be very aware of that. And my final tip for getting sponsored on YouTube and for continuing your journey in general is make sure you're professional, make sure you stay focused, make sure you stay consistent, and treat it like you would treat a job. You can't expect to get a sponsor if you suddenly go missing for like 2 weeks at a time and don't post any content. You have to make sure that you're staying active. But overall, just be a positive person, put out good content, put in hard work, and you're going to get those sponsors, you're going to continue to grow, and you're going to achieve all your goals in 2018. I'd like to wish all of you guys a happy new year. I hope you guys had a great celebration. I hope you guys enter the new year in a happy and amazing way. Alright guys, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up as well as subscribing. It really does help me out, and I will see you in my next video.